Welcome back, everyone, to the Speed Souls Charity Marathon 2021. Right now, we're gonna have a fantastic run of Hollow Knight by MattApocaalypse. Matt, please take it away.
Thank you, Kata. Hello, chat. Any blue guys in there? We're gonna have a good time here. So, like Kata said, I'm Matthew, and helping me commentate today, I have Axe2U. Go ahead, say hey, Axe.
Hello, I'm Axe2U.
All right, perfect. So we're doing any % no major glitches, so we're gonna try to beat the game as fast as possible. We'll probably just start the timer as soon as I hit the confirm button on this screen, so I'll just count it down. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. And this starts off really chaotic, but we'll try our best to explain what's going on here.
Yeah, there's like 3 different tricks in the first like 5 seconds of the run, so it's fun stuff.
Oh, I already messed up the first one. Oopsie.
I look good. That was just a yeah, okay. The heart was not good, but that was just a pause and unpause at the beginning to gain control of the character into an inventory drop, which effectively uncaps the falling speed of the character. And then Matt was supposed to open the inventory to cancel the super long falling animation at the start when you hit the ground, but
unfortunately I had a little too early there, but that's fine. We'll try to go to avoid a hard landing right here, and I missed that one, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just like a second time loss, but we go for as many time saves as possible since this is any %. So one thing I wanted to note about this run is its fastest patch that it was run on is 1.221, which is an earlier patch that lets us do things like open our inventory like midair and let us fall really fast. And there's a lot of other things that was moved around in later patches of the game. I think Axe can better explain what kind of things were changed.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you'll see later on in the run as well, but basically in some of the newer patches they've just kind of accidentally touched up some of the speedrun tech in attempts to optimize the game, I believe. The inventory drops are probably the biggest one overall, in addition to lever skips, which you'll see later on.
Pretty decent drop there in the Gru's room.
Yeah, that room is rough because you can just get hit randomly by the Grazzers, but here we have the Aspid Arena. Should you think you'll get a double spike?
No.
Oh, that was an up slash.
It was a swag up slash. It's all good.
Then some very exciting holding right rooms that everyone loves to say, right?
Yeah, this first segment is like deceptively difficult, mostly because you don't unlock any of the powers yet. You're just a guy with a nail, holding right or left and jumping.
Yeah, it's more technical than you would think you would have to do the movements with, like, basically no complexity to it at all. It's just jumping and moving left and right, but all the pogos that you can do with nail and stuff like that do add up to cause some pretty like tricky movement in some parts. And it's also like very punishing to make mistakes when you don't have any abilities to back up your mistakes with. So if you like fall off of a platform, you can't just wall jump up. You gotta actually go around again.
He did the jump backs.
Oh yeah, that's rough. You really don't want to see the backwards jumps from False Knight, but thankfully we only have to do a single stagger of this fight. Normally you'd have to knock him down 3 times like that, but here Matt can just break out of this wall because the devs were nice enough to add this little skip to this first boss. I still have no clue why they did that, but it's there, so we use it.
Some people speculate it's because they want you to get the fireball and come back and blast him away, but I don't know. He's pretty manageable without the fireball, so.
Yeah, I don't think that was put in there for like first-time players, because it's not really something you would notice
right.
if you're just doing it the first time.
And then something you'll probably notice is I'm also playing the game in Chinese, and to just like the reasoning why is because for some reason the Chinese mashes like way faster than English and like can save like upwards of like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, any percent? Is that what you clocked it in at?
I think it's somewhere around 20 seconds. I don't remember the exact number, but it's a pretty sizable amount for such a free time save. The like main reason why Chinese is faster is that the text scrolls at a specific speed per character, and Chinese is just a much more condensed language than English, for example, so each character contains a lot more information, so overall there's less characters. And we had the Balder, who was very nice to Matt, actually. Gave him my first spit Balder. There's a 50-50 chance, essentially, of getting a Balder shot like that lets you regain your soul from him. So lucky there. You need a total of 4 fireballs to kill him, and you can only get in there with 3.
Yeah, I've been standing there for like a long time before, just waiting for him to spit a roly-poly.
Yeah, the worst anyone's had, I think, is 19th spit. So
19.
that's pretty crazy. In this next stream coming up, we have another one of the Balders, but this one, thankfully, can be skipped with this little insta-kill trick by firing a fireball from off-screen, because that's how that works. And then the classic fireball skip there to abuse the fact that the fireball lets you stall yourself in there for a little bit.
Now this part of the run is actually pretty tough too. Green path. A lot of things happen in this little movement segment here that can make it challenging.
Yeah, we've got a couple more of those fireball skips that you have to do, which are really punishing the miss, since you do use up your soul every time you attempt them. So if you miss a fireball skips, then you have to go gather some more. But Matt's a pro, he's got this. How confident do you usually feel about fireball skips? Like just going for them?
Oh, pretty confident, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Honestly, personally, yeah, we're gaming. Personally, I don't really feel like I've ever achieved the point with the fireball skips where I'm 100% sure that I'll get them every time. There's just something about them that feels inherently inconsistent, you know?
Oh yeah, well the game just sometimes feels weird with inputs in general, so...
Yeah, that's true. Hollow Knight's input handling is something, alright. There we got the quick kill on the Moss Knight arena. It's nice that that guy dies to just a single nail and 3 fireballs. Very convenient for us. And this room is just here for soul collection, as well as this Vengefly kill, which we do not do to save Zod. That's just an unfortunate consequence of our actions, but the reason we kill that guy is for the Geo. He's a very efficient source of 65 Geo.
Mm-hmm. We do not like Zote in this community.
Nope. The reason we need so much Geo in the early game, by the way, is because in just a couple of splits we'll be buying the Shaman Stone charm, which is the only charm in the game we buy. And that costs quite a bunch. But here we have the Hornet fight, and the basic idea behind this fight is that you just want to keep this stagger chain going on Hornet, where she will get staggered after every 6 or 5 hits, I think. One of those two. And basically just staggering her into the corners and keeping the fireballs going on. You even got a double hit with the fireball there. That was really nice, actually.
And then what we do after the fight is we do like a quick little save and quit, and it teleports us to the last bench we use. Sometimes the game just automatically picks a bench for you depending on certain cutscenes that we view, and this is a situation where it happens.
Yeah, that's right. We never actually sat at the bench here in Mound where we're gonna respawn, but the game respawns us there anyway, because it's nice like that. It's super convenient that the game just like keeps all your progress even when you quit out of the game, but just teleports you back. Don't really get that in Souls, right? It just respawns you wherever you quit out, right?
Yeah. So now we have like the first power we get, the Mothwing Cloak, which unlocks a dash ability, which is really handy for the run. You'll see me using it basically throughout the run now, because it just gives us a little speed boost.
It's a really satisfying ability to use. Like, honestly, one of the best feeling dashes in any game I've played. It's not really very complex in its design, but it does its job well, I think.
There's some little tricks to do to like note about it. So one thing to note is like whenever you pogo, it resets it, and then another thing too is if you do a dash on the ground off of the ledge, you still have an air dash available, which is really handy too.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's little things like that that make it feel so good, I think. Here we have the explosion pogo, where you just basically do a couple pogos off of this spore that the thingy shoots, and the second explosion or second pogo is actually done off of the explosion itself, because the game just lets you do that. And then we lead straight into the mantis pogo here, where Matt will attempt to use these mantises to pogo up to the platform here. There we go, nice. And grab the mantis claw ability, which is basically the wall jump of this game. And here's a kind of a newer trick where you lure a mantis over to the pickup and have it knock you out of the animation, which just lets you quit out a little bit quicker. And back to the mound we go. This is a really useful bench for this run.
I had to make sure that I had the wall cling.
Oh yeah. Because it's actually, it is possible to quit out too early there after getting hit out of the animation. You gotta make sure that the game saves the fact that you did get the claw first. So thankfully that didn't happen.
I actually learned that trick yesterday, and when we were doing a practice run, I found that out the hard way. Yep. This is also where we start Vengeful Spirit 2 split, which is where you lose your brain function and then you start doing the first split again because you've ran this run so many times that this causes a weird deja vu effect. It only happens to runners like Axe, though. Never me. Never happened.
Yeah, only the most elite of runners commit such acts.
You get in the zone doing runs sometimes, and then it just makes you go crazy.
Yeah, like especially when you're reading chat or something, it's so easy to just zone out and be caught off guard by stuff like that. And we have the Grasmon fight here, where the cleanup is a little bit RNG. Oh, got pretty unlucky there, honestly, with the couple of the guys flying upwards like that. The optimal cleanup there on the Gruzzers that explode out of the mom's stomach is to just kill them in 2 fireballs, but that was it was acceptable there.
Yeah, sometimes the game just doesn't let you smile.
Yep.
And now we're gonna try and not take damage here, going on to talk to Sly in here. Again, I'm gonna try and avoid taking all damage as possible.
Yeah.
Just dying here
in this section would be like actually devastating for the run, but
yeah.
you got the Sly free there, so.
Oh,
I'm glad you did that. Once again, I must emphasize that we really do not want to die here.
Well, I guess the run's over.
Yeah, anyway, it's the shade skip. We poke the shade because we're cool like that and get into Blue Lake super early. This is to access the Dream Nail upgrade earlier than you're intended to, as well as get into the right side of the city, City of Tears, that is, to access stuff like the Watcher Knights and basically a bunch of endgame content with just that little simple shade pogo. Because if you're not familiar with Hollow Knight, the shade is that thingy that spawned after your death. It's kind of like the things in Dark Souls where you have to pick them up to get your souls back after dying. So the shade is essentially that, except it's an enemy that you have to kill. But thankfully you can pogo it and abuse the fact that it spawns to reach further platforms like that you're normally not intended to.
So now we did our first instance of the Dreamers, and we're gonna try and get this item called the Dream Nail here. It warps us to this dream world, and we're gonna do a little bit of platforming.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the platforming and movement of this game is really why I love playing it so much.
Yeah, this game has like one of my favorite movement systems of any game. It's very simple at its core, but it just feels so good to optimize, at least to me. And these little platforms in the dream sequence are just really fun to weave between. And then we grab the Dream Nail here, which is effectively just a key to unlock the thing is that you need to beat to get to the final boss. Also lets you grab some soul off of enemies if you hit them with the Dream Nail instead, so that's nice. And here's another example of the pause early control that we did at the very beginning as well, where Matt used the pause and unpause there to gain control much earlier than you're supposed to, so you don't have to listen to the seer scream into your ear.
Yeah, we don't really care about the seer, we just take the nail and dip in this run.
Yep.
Thanks for the nail, bro. And then we take this elevator down and then make our way to the City of Tears.
This next room is like one of the worst rooms in the entire run, I swear to God, man. It's so bad if it goes badly. We'll see how the enemy RNG treats you.
Yeah, so far so good. We'll see how the bottom layer goes.
Yeah, not bad. And that pickup there was a relic which we're gonna sell to the money man of the game, which is a relic seeker lem, and he's gonna give us a little bit of Gia for that. That was honestly, that didn't go badly at all. Might want to bench here just for the marathon.
Oh, of course. Like when you mentioned that you need a shade skip again, I was like, oh yeah, dying here would suck, wouldn't it?
Yep, yeah. Because yeah, if you were to die in this section of the run, it would send you all the way back to the Salubra bench, with your shade being here in City of Tears. So, as Matt said, you would have to shade skip back to Blue Lake to get back here, which would mean you lose all your Gia, since if you die again with your shade on the ground somewhere, then the previous shade disappears with all your hard-earned money.
Kind of like in Dark Souls with your soul economy.
yeah, exactly. I think it was pretty heavily inspired by Dark Souls, the way that the shades work.
Yeah. And
that big golden Eggman was a gorgeous husk who gives you 420 Gia, conveniently enough, so that's fun.
Nice.
Wait, you just pogoed the air there. What was that?
Oh, I pogoed the lever.
Yeah, but then you pogoed again after pogoing the lever, and then it did a pogo. I don't know what that was on about. Oh, and here's the lever skip we mentioned earlier, and Matt gets it first, right? Easy peasy. Just hitting a lever that's on the other side of that floor there by slashing it, obviously.
And the trigger
it's
to
not...
like expose that room is at the bottom of there, so when I enter that like hallway, it stays dark, so we have to just like know where we're going beforehand to make it to the next room.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty annoying because the game doesn't actually know that it's supposed to light that part up when you go there, so you don't even get the little normal dark room light that you would get if you go into an actual dark room without a lantern. And here we have the Watching Nights fight. I'm gonna try and let Matt concentrate a bit, so we'll see how it goes for him. But essentially, this is the hardest fight in the entire run by a long shot. I don't think anyone would contest that. The first guy is pretty easy. It's just one Watching Night, and he's pretty scripted in his patterns. But after the first one, we have to fight the a couple more waves of them where there's two at the same time, which is frankly extremely difficult to do. There's a reason this fight is known as the noob killer slash like gatekeeper of Hollow Knight speedrunning. Matt's doing really well so far, but the main objective with this fight is to keep both of them on one side of you, so that you're able to use your fireballs to hit both at the same time, as Matt is doing right now, as well as trying to get these double and triple hits on their ground roll attacks. It's a very important part of the fight as well, since if your VS like follows along an enemy as they're moving in a direction, oh, that was such a good fight, man. Honestly,
Worked out.
Yeah. You took a couple of fights early, but or a couple of hits rather early, but that like last pair especially was really clean.
Then we get
And then a super exciting walk up the elevator shaft here.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice break that you get after the Watching Nights here, where there's nothing going on after such an adrenaline rush boss fight.
They were pretty nice to me, like, during that fight, because they didn't do that many bounces. They did a few, but then they did, like, stack on top of each other melee attacks, which was really helpful.
Yeah, sometimes the patterns they can give you are really, really unfortunate and difficult to deal with. But you got them good. That guy that we just absorbed into our soul was called Lurian, and he was one of the 3 dreamers. Where are you going? Matt, what the hell? I'm so confused.
Marathon brain, dude.
There is literally nothing in that corner. But yeah, the Lurian guy, he's basically one of the three dreamers that has to be absorbed to gain access to the final boss fight room of the game. So that's like the main objective of the speedrun, is to get to all 3 of those as quickly as possible. And now it's Lem time. Real here very soon. He's honestly a really nice guy. Gives us a bunch of money and doesn't even take very much for it.
He's the Pawn Stars of Hollow Knight, dude.
Yep, exactly.
And he's
and
also
just a really fast guy, because he somehow beats us to the shop every single time. Like, we talk to him here at the fountain to make him go back to his shop, and I don't know how he does it, but every single time he makes it back there before any speedrunner is able to beat him.
So, we can learn a few things from him with speed for sure.
We really could. I'm just glad he's not like in the competition for speedrunning, because I don't think he'd let anyone else have any records.
All right, so now in this part of the run, we look for a certain amount of geo. The number we're looking for is 2322. So looks like I have to just kill a couple guys on the way back, and I should have the perfect amount. More than enough.
Oh yeah, plenty now. So basically, now that we have achieved that magical 2322 number, we will be set on geo for the entire rest of the run. Don't need to care about it at all. City of Tears is basically like the geo gathering section of the run, where you get a bunch of the relics, the Seldolem, as well as the random enemies that we kill here and there, as well as the gorgeous husk. Did you not go for the swag jump? Yeah.
I went for it, but I missed the coyote frames.
Ah, I see. Unlucky. And here's the look down glitch, where after buying that little toll bell to activate the stag station, which is like the fast travel system of the game. Yeah, I think you just went to Dirtmouth, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Wait, no. Oh yeah. I'm just confused here. I thought you were going to Crystal Peaks already, but we need the lantern first.
Yeah, you have speedrun or marathon brain too.
Yeah, well, you like just completely broke my brain with that Lorian movement, so you can't really blame me for that, can you? But yeah, I was talking about the look down there, which is basically a look down animation that you can do on your character, which makes the toll bell appear faster, because the code for this game is absolute spaghetti. Is the short of that. And here's possibly one of the worst rooms in the entire game, if it goes badly, because there's these guys who make a ton of noise and are super annoying. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We made it past them.
Terrifying.
Another instance of the look down there, if you could spot it, where normally that gate would take like a few seconds to open, but by doing the look down animation there, you trick it into thinking that its animation has finished sooner than it has. Very convenient. And here's the Pog-X. Let's see how you're doing.
Oh. Well.
Ah, close. It's a very notorious trick, the Pog-X there. You try to pogo the pickaxe from the enemy, but it's kind of RNG and just a quite precise trick to get. There's the God Cycle room. Just this whole Crystal Peaks section is basically just the oh, you were so close to getting the God Cycle there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Little scary segment there at the end. Oh well.
Yeah, it's getting a little spooky, honestly.
It's all good.
But yeah, the Crystal Peaks segment of the run is a lot of runners' favorite part of the run, because it's basically entirely focused on movement and cycles, which is just very satisfying to do. And this is your favorite segment too, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, something about the movement in this game. So much fun. Here's the very last room of the segments, where it's just one more cycle that we need to hit after this Homo Ball here. Found by Homotherty. Ooh, going for a damage boost cycle at 1 HP. That's spooky. No. Are we getting underplats? Oh, that's rough.
Uh-oh. This is probably a good time to read donations, Kata.
Sure thing, dude. Alright, well, I have $20 from Nixus saying, thanks for keeping the marathon going, guys, and thanks for the cool run, Matt. Well, Nixus, I think you're cool, and thank you for your donation.
Hey, Axe, do you know where my shade spawns here now?
It should spawn in the middle of that that
Okay.
last cycle section, which is really unfortunate, honestly.
That's fine. I'll get it.
Yeah, it would be nice if it spawned like at the start of it or something, so you could still make the cycle, but you're probably gonna have to just improvise it.
Yeah. Yep. That's fine. I gotta do this again, which is fine. 'Cause
Hey,
it's
we
fun.
get another shot at Pogax, so that's the whole reason you took that death, right?
Yeah, it
To
was.
reclaim your honor of the Pogax.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yo, let's go. Alright, so since we're in the Crystal Peak here for the first time this run, we're gonna make all the cycles.
No, we're not.
Yeah, yeah. I think you entered the room from the wrong
I
side
did.
there at the
Yeah.
start, so that kind of messed that cycle. It's alright. You do need to kill your shade as well, because
Yeah,
it is
so
holding quite a bit of geo.
the reason I actually missed the cycle in that like final room there is because I actually jumped where I wasn't supposed to jump, and that took a little speed away, so I was like a tiny fraction behind where I needed to be.
Oh, when you died?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen.
So
Let's
now
see.
All right.
Yeah, gonna have to take this slowly because the shade's in the right in the middle there. Where is it? Damn, it's further than I imagined it would be. Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
Oh, is it at the end?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Might have to load a
I'm
practice save.
I'm scared.
I think it might be at the end. No, I got it. Where is it?
Okay.
Oh, there it
Got
is.
My heart pumping there.
Okay.
Oh, it's over here. What the hell? That's so
That's a
weird.
really weird spot for it.
I know, right? Alright, no problem here. Matt's got it. He knows what he's doing. I was definitely not scared at all there. I'm sure you weren't either.
No, 0. Just trying to make the end of the run exciting, you know.
Yep.
All right, so now we saved ourselves from needing to boot up a practice save, and now we have the jetpack of the game, the Crystal Dash.
Oh, hell yeah. This ability is mainly needed for the acid skips, which completely skip the need to acquire the Isthmus tier ability. We'll be using one here to get into the Fog Canyon area, which is home to the second of the Dreamers that we kill in the run. This let's see if you can hit this. There we go. Oh, never mind.
Missed my
So,
wall cling there.
Yeah, the end of the acid skip can honestly be as difficult as the beginning of it. But yeah, you were supposed to have an ability there that allows you to immune the acid entirely to go through that little area, but thanks to our C-dash, we're able to do that acid skip like that by just C-dashing off of the side of the wall next to the acid and just going right above the acid. And now we have entered the Teacher's Archives, which Teacher is the Monomon. That's some lore for you. Hey, who's the Dreamer, by the way? And we are fighting Umu, who is notorious for being the main just BS RNG spot of the entire run. There's a lot going on in this fight, but the basic idea you need to know is that it goes through these cycles of damage immunity and then a short segment where you're able to deal damage to Umu, and optimally we'd be trying to get a 2-cycle here, which Matt will hopefully be able to get, but there's so many variables in this run that, oh, okay, yeah, missed some damage there, so not gonna be a 2-cycle. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this fight. Normally you'd want to get 150 damage per cycle there, but that requires you to hit like every single fireball and nail hit in the cycle, which is super tight to do. But this looks like a very, very promising 3-cycle here. Oh, and of course there's a bunch of just random RNG to all of the attacks. They can be short, they can be long, you can lose time for no reason, you can save time. It's not a fun time with this boss, but solid 3-cycle there. Oh, and here's another acid skip, technically, I guess. Just making your way over that little acid pit. And we get to say hi to Curl as well.
Fan favorite character right there.
Yep. What do you think went wrong in the first cycle there on Umu?
He seemed a little. Oh, you know, I dropped a soul input, or the shade, the fireball input. You know.
I see. Yeah, that can happen. Because in this game, it's not possible to buffer your. Excuse me. Buffer your nail inputs out of your fireball inputs out of nail inputs. So it's super easy to just drop the fireballs when trying to do those with really clean execution. And now we've absorbed the second dreamer of the run, and we gotta make our way out of here and over to Hera, who resides in Deep Nest, which is a fan favorite area. Everyone loves Deep Nest, right?
Yeah, Monka Deep Nest.
Man, the diagonal climb there looks so clean, man. So this is a segment of the run where we'll be doing a slightly different route than like super top level runs would usually do, because the hardest trick in the run, which is QGA, goes through Queen's Gardens and saves about half a minute compared to this route, but we'll be taking a detour through Deep Nest instead, which is a much more pleasant route to take. The Queen's Gardens route is absolutely devastating for no reset situations.
So I originally learned Queen's Garden acid skip for the marathon, and that wasn't the like hurdle that I was like dealing with. It was actually just Queen's Garden itself, which was the hard part. Like the Mantis Arena is something else. And just like all the movement, yeah, exactly.
It's not like, basically you have to do the hardest trick in the game first, and then right after doing that you have to go through probably one of the hardest areas in the entire run as well. So that combination of segments just makes for a very difficult part. So it's nicer to go through this Deep Nest area instead. And that's not a thing you would often say, that you would prefer Deep Nest over going literally anywhere else, I think, if you're playing the game casually anyway, but it's the nicer route for speedrunning, trust me. At least we get the lantern, so don't have to do this stuff in the dark. Normally a lot of these rooms would be completely dark. How do you feel about like just the movements comparing Deep Nest to the QGA route? Because honestly, I think this route has a lot of fun movement
Oh
It's
yeah,
pretty simple, but like the rooms are satisfying.
I think the previous room there is a lot of fun. This spider
Yeah,
can be
yeah, for
annoying,
sure.
but yeah, just like the little dashes here and there make this like pretty entertaining for me.
Yeah,
I'm like a big advocate of this this route for a lot of newer runners, because I see like newer runners just going for QGA right off the bat, but this is fine because now we just enter the normal part of the run and it wasn't that much slower.
yeah. Now that we've entered this room, we're completely on track again with the regular routes. Like with the QGA routes, you would be entering that previous room we were in. We were in a couple of rooms ago. You'd be entering it from above rather than from the right. So. All right, and here we get to the beast, and we're trapped in a bench. Oh no, what's happening?
Monka W.
Very terrifying. Oh, and you did the bench music glitch as well, where for some reason if you hold a directional button there for the entire duration of the bench animation, the music from the bench will keep playing through this entire beastin area. I don't know why that happens, but it's fun. This beastin segment in its entirety is just so terrible to go through, honestly. There's so many spiders and just really tight movement and difficult health management. It's kind of a nightmare. Like, this is probably one of the biggest run killers outside of Umu and Watchanites for speedrunning in general.
Interesting.
Ooh, getting a bit spooky on the health there. You have to like make your way through all these little spiders on the wall and then kill a couple of the bigger spiders who have, I'll say they have a pretty comfy damage rotation you can do on them, but they do 2 damage with the slashes when they hit you, so that is a little terrifying. Oh, you're so close to death. Alright, we've reached Terra, which is the third of the 3 Dreamers. And the thickest of all of them as well.
That is true.
Did you check your geo, by the way? You should have enough, I think, but...
We have like a couple backups nearby. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have enough, because we need 250 geo here to exit the beastin and then take a stag station back to Dartmouth. It's really convenient.
Oh yeah, I have way enough.
But... oh yeah, you have more than enough. And making our way out.
Just for you, I'll do something here at the bell.
Oh, are you gonna do the lookup?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can do either a look up or a look down for those little bell animation skips. The norm is to do a look down, but I personally highly prefer the look up because it just looks cooler. So I appreciate that, Matt, really.
Axe do be a non-contrarian.
True that.
Alright, so now that we have all 3 of the Dreamers, we're approaching the final boss of the run, which I think is probably the most satisfying fight of the entire run. I have the most fun doing it. I think a lot of other runners agree that any percent Hollow Knight's a pretty good fight.
Yeah, I agree. It's my favorite run in 90% as well. It's just there's a certain rhythm to it that feels just really satisfying to get down. He's got the same stagger mechanic as Hornet had, where after a certain amount of hits he's gonna fall to the ground and you'll get a couple of free hits. And a big part of the fight as well is getting these double hits on the dashes that he does. You'll see in just a moment as Matt starts the fight. Good luck, Matt. So, as I said, the rhythm of the fight basically revolves around getting these staggers and just staying within nail range to keep doing these nail hits into fireballs constantly on THK. You can do those parries, which are super annoying, and Matt's getting super unlucky with them. They're not a big deal. They just lose like a second every time you get a parry from him because you have to wait for it to end or hit it. But he's not giving you very many chances for the double hits, is he?
No. He's being a jerk.
Quite rude, yeah. Oh my god, and the corner spitting attack too? That's so bad. Oh, there we get a dash finally. Alright, so there's 3 screams that Hollow Knight does during this fight. That was the second of them. And here in just a few moments should be the last one that hopefully we can hit a scream skip on where you fall into THK during the scream to gain control. Let's see if it can be done. During these self-step animations, THK will... Oh nice, you got the scream skip. Very good. And with that last scream, THK should only have about a couple hundred health left, so the fight should be over. There we go. GG.
GG's indeed. Yeah, I'm slightly over time, dying to Crystal.
Yeah, the Crystal Big Death is probably one of the worst deaths in this entire run that you could possibly take, just like time loss wise, so... Pretty solid, I would say, overall.
Oh, we called time there, yeah, sorry. Oh my god. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me on Commentary, Axe. Thank you everyone in chat for being here.
Yeah, thank you for the run, Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Matt, for the run. That was great.
I just want to say thanks to Speed Souls. This is an awesome charity. This is my 2nd year doing it. If you like running Dark Souls, feel free to join the Discord. Everyone in there has been super great and helpful for me, like as far as like speedrunning Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, and things like that. If you want to learn more about Hollow Knight also has a speedrun Discord, so look that up, join the community. They've also been amazing and helpful. I have Axe here on Commentary. He's pretty much taught me a lot of things about this game and constantly helping me. So Hollow Knight's been great to me. Dark Souls has been great to me. I'm just thankful for all the friends I've met through speedrunning. So thank you guys for having me, and thank you guys so much again. I'll talk to you guys later.
Aw, that was very cute. Well, don't go anywhere, guys, because first of all, coming up next, we have a short hike, which is a short hike indeed, with a 7-minute estimate by Odo Plays. But also, I have a special surprise for you during the intermission, so don't go anywhere. See you in a moment.